Can you hear me now? That was a shit show. Oh man, it's 10:30 at night. You guys gotta bear with me. I'm glad you guys all get to chat with each other while telling me that it's not working. Oh, you guys are so funny. I hope that you
Can you hear me now?
There we go. All right. Well, it's working. We're here. Use my inside voice. It's 10:30. You guys bear with me. Just in time for the LA riots. That's the first comment that I'm reading, but let me just start fucking over. Oh man, that was fun. I forgot. So it's a long story, but I'm getting used to this new software, and I didn't add the mic to the things that it should show you guys. And I thought I had the mic there, so I unmuted it, and it started talking all over again, and that didn't work. So had to actually find the audio device and add it to the live stream. What a dipstick. Now that's thinking with your dipstick, Jimmy. Anyways, hi Critterbones, hi Mischief, hi Farsack. Intellectual Curiosity is in the house. It's late night. It's like late night smoke sesh. Jeffro, what's going on? Everyone's just making fun of me in the fucking comments. That's so funny. Now he's reading, talking into the wind. Sup, Bones? 5 minutes, no sound. It's broken. Could you please repeat that, you guys? If you're not looking at these comments later, this is so my question to you guys. Fuck, finally. Yeah, I haven't even hit the blunt yet. My question to you guys is, does this look good on your screen? Does this chat box here look good on the screen? I like the logo, but the chat box, can you even see what the chat says? Like, maybe if you were watching me on your big ass TV at home, but I'm curious for everyone else, because on my phone it looks like assholes. And even when I zoom in, it's all blurry. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this chat format or not, or even the software that I'm using. What I will say is I've been talking to you guys about using my camera, my DSLR camera, and as the live stream camera. But I'm running into I don't know fucking how to do it. So basically I've got a video capture card that I plug the DSLR camera into, and then I got the adapter to plug the DSLR camera into the wall so it doesn't run out of battery in the middle of the live stream. And then I get the image. I get the image from the camera to the computer and run it through the software, and it looks about like this quality right here on this camera. It looks about the same, and I can't figure out why. How the hell, when it takes pictures it looks good, when it takes videos it looks good, but when I'm grabbing it through this capture card, it's still really grainy, and I'm not really sure yet. So yeah. But here, I'm just, after all that kerfuffle, I'm gonna spark this up. And I packed this myself. It's hard to read on my large screen TV also. Critter, I was gonna ask you, because I know that you watch me on the screen and on your TV, and I was gonna see how it looked, but yeah, I don't like the chat box anymore. I think we're just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna take that out of there. Turter. There we go. I'm blurry too because I'm using my camera that's on my laptop. I'm not using my phone. My phone's much better quality. I'm using the laptop. I'm using the software on the laptop. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm blurry because I'm using a poor quality camera. And I would like to use my DSLR, but I can't figure out how to use the DSLR camera on here. And maybe it's the capture card that I'm using, because the capture card I'm using was it's a cheap one off of Amazon, right? It's not that good. But I can't afford the $200 ones either. And maybe that's really what I need to get a high quality video off of my DSLR camera. But as it sits, the video that the image that is pulled off my DSLR camera also looks like asshole. So maybe I'll just go back to my phone. I kind of like the software though. I've been tinkering with it because I can do things like this. Show you. Basically, there's a guy named Desert Trippin'. Well, let me let me back up. While I was in Bombay Beach, they had the Biennale going on, which this last year they didn't call it the Biennale, they call it the Convivium. But basically, what it is, like a bunch of people from Burning Man start their own party in Bombay Beach every year, and it's every other year. And every other year it's big, but the years in between they do small little parties. And I went to one of the small little parties, a Convivium. And while I was there, I ran into a few other YouTubers, and one of the YouTubers caught me at the ski in and put me in his video. So with software like this, I could show you. As I was saying, with this software, I can show you guys his channel like that and hit play, and you guys should be able to hear it. But I forgot to add the mic. So let me add the mic to that scene too. See, this is what I'm talking about. I need a little bit more tinker time with this software to get it just perfect. But maybe that's gooder. Here we go. Now I can transition. This is his channel, Desert Tripping. Right here, volume 76, Bombay Beach, plus some more cool stuff. We're about 10 minutes into the video when he runs into me.
Okay, people,
Well, we are going to make a quick stop in here at the Ski Inn and hang out with Mark Elvis, get a bite to eat, and then figure out a game plan. Okay? Over now. 3, 2, 1. Right, I'm at the Ski Inn here, and look who's here! Nomadic Zig, live on YouTube, so check him out, check out his channel. We're also buddies with Dave Lowe.
Yeah, Dave Lowe's great.
What's up, Dave? How you doing? We miss you. You should be here.
Miss you, Dave. We're at the bite.
Yeah.
What is this called?
Ski Inn.
Yeah, but the event,
Oh, it's supposed to be the Biennale.
Biennale, yeah.
But it's not the Biennale this year.
It's the Vivian.
Convivium.
Yeah.
So
we're here. Where are
right,
you, Dave?
Right. Head on down. Okay, people. Well, that was.
See, I can show you stuff like that. And we can flip back to this camera. And if I had a second camera and a third camera, and I can hook this all up, you can get different viewpoints of what I'm doing here. That's why I like this software. I can do stuff like that. Let me catch up on some of these comments right here after I spark this. Yeah, it is pretty blurry. I look like I'm streaming from like Yahoo Chat in 2005 right now. Jeff Rowe is asking where I'm at. Well, I am in Montana right now. I'm going to be leaving in like 2 days. And my original plan was to go to Oregon in order to... hey, Jeff Rowe, thanks, dude. Thanks for that. Jeff Rowe just sent me a $10 Cashapp donation. So, yeah, dude, that's fucking rad. I really appreciate that, and I could really use it right now because I've been getting this RV ready to go. But I'm in Montana right now, and original plan was to go to Oregon and, spend a couple of months in Oregon. I've got a lot of stuff I've got to take care of in Oregon. My driver's license is expired. That thing, I need to renew it, and that'll take time for it to show up in the mail. I also want to go visit my grandson, who's in Salem. And then I gotta get some stuff out of my friend's attic. So there's 3 main things I gotta do in Oregon. And I was hoping to just head there now, but I'm genuinely, I can't afford it. I'm like I'm in Montana, but I'm on the like western side of Montana, and I feel like I'm probably going to end up going towards Yellowstone and posting up until payday, basically. And I do have some money coming in later in the month, both from YouTube and from something else, but I have spent most of my money trying to get the RV up and going. I got a bunch of brake fluid, fucking... how many gallons of oil did this thing take? I had to get basically a bunch of jugs of oil, also coolant. But the RV is running. Oh, and brake fluid. I had to get brake fluid. And everything with a diesel is freaking expensive. So, tomorrow I'm bleeding the brakes because they're really soft. But the RV has been up and running. And I do have footage of that. I also got the plumbing fixed because there was a leak going on. But instead of going straight to Oregon like I was hoping to, I'm probably going to be lingering around Yellowstone, which I saw a comment earlier saying don't go to Yellowstone, it's busy. But I've never ever been to Yellowstone. I've always wanted to go to Yellowstone, and I understand it's going to be busy. The other one is pretty bad too. Oh, I got a PayPal from Emily. Thank you, Emily. Hearts. Thank you for that PayPal donation, Jeffro, Emily. You guys are rad. These late. I've never done that this late of a live stream before. I'm usually in bed by now, but I've been up just stressing. I've also been cleaning. I'm organizing a lot of the RV, trying to figure out where everything goes. Also, I'm gaining a dog out of all this. My friend George passed away, and he has a very elderly dog, Buddy, who's like 15 years old. And Buddy and me and Zag are going to be hitting the road. Buddy and Zag have known each other ever since Zag was born. They lived at the same camp when Zag was born. So let's see. What's up, Sapphire? Good to see you too, Road Dog. It's been a while since I've seen you on here. It's good to see you. I caught you on your time zone. Shut down Colorado Regional, Burning Man over bad fentanyl. Shut down Burning Man too. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever shut down Burning Man. Burning Man, they'll just move it. That's what's up, Critter Desert Trip. And if you guys follow his channel, you might have already seen that video before. But if you haven't, go give him a follow. Joe Bowie is his name. He's got like 1,400 subscribers. He does really good stuff. He takes his time with his edits and his videos. I genuinely think that if you guys are interested in like YouTubers like me that are getting around the country, running into each other, doing a lot of the similar stuff, definitely check out Joe Bowie's Desert Trippin' channel. Hopefully you guys go give him I'll show you. Hopefully you guys go give him go subscribe to his channel right here. See, I can do stuff like this and pitch other people's channels from my channel with this software right here. This is his channel at Joe Bowie Desert Trippin'. 120 videos. He spends a lot of time on his thumbnails. They're pretty consistent. He looks like he's got a sharp channel. I mean, here's Cornelius right here on this video from a year ago. So yeah, definitely give him a subscribe if you guys want to. You want to be a podcaster, not a nomad. Yeah, I am a wannabe podcaster. I'm definitely not a wannabe nomad, but new software. That's right, Sharon. I'm experimenting with it. I'm debating on this software I'm using or if I'm gonna use Streamlabs. Right here, I'm using OBS Studios, which is open source free. Streamlabs isn't free, although a lot of the stuff is free, but a lot of the stuff isn't free. Torching with me? Hell yeah. Is the bus gonna run? Shanky asks. So far, so good, man. We got it running. I filled the radiator with water and turned it on. Nothing's leaking out of the radiator. I don't know why the radiator was drained, but it had no coolant in it. So I've got to also go pick up coolant, which is what I'm going to be using some of those donations for. Getting coolant in the RV because I'm going to be towing my van behind it, and it's definitely going to get warm. 1,450 miles from Salem. I need to get 1,450 miles. That's about right. That sounds about right. About halfway across the country. A little less than halfway across the country. What's up, Sam? Platypus? Haven't drove it yet because the brakes need to be bled. I don't even think it would stop if I wanted to stop right now. So I'm going to be bleeding the brakes. The van's parked right out front, Mischief. I'm going to be using that as my daily driver and maybe for like weekend trips or whatever. It's still got the solar on it, so it's still basically an RV, but like a bum RV. Drive to Missoula, take Highway 12, Lolo Pass. Are you talking about the pass in Coeur d'Alene, through Coeur d'Alene? Because that one, that pass out of Coeur d'Alene and into Spokane kind of scares me a little bit, to be honest with you. Hey, Critterbone, thanks for sharing my link tree and stuff. I don't know how behind on comments I am, but Yeah, there's my wish list, my link tree. That link seems broken. No, that should work. That's my link tree. Where am I at? I'm in Montana, Chad. Tammy Shin. The weather over here is physically hurting me, but I'm still here. Where is over there? Where's the weather at where you're at? Here it's been about 85. Jackson, Wyoming. Cool as shit. It's expensive. Oh, the wish list link. Oh, my wish list link is broken right now. You're right. I have currently turned it off because I don't have an address for anything on my wish list to get to. I can talk to some friends of mine in Oregon, maybe put their address down, and stuff will be waiting for me when I get there, but currently don't have anywhere for you to send anything to, so yeah, that link won't work, unfortunately. But yeah, that was on me. Sorry about my caps. I'm partly blind. And you always use your caps. You're in Delaware. Fuck yeah, okay. And yeah, that's fine. You're allowed to use caps. We're all chilling in here. I don't think that you're yelling. I write in all caps. When I hand write stuff, I write in all caps, so. No, look it up. Takes the mouth of the snake. River. Alright, but I'm still probably gonna hit up Yellowstone. It's still like really cold in Yellowstone right now at nighttime, getting down to like 30 degrees at night, which I don't want to deal with that. Mainly because I don't want to blow any of the pipes in the RV. I just got done fixing the plumbing, so an awesome drive around the river. I might do that. Which highway? What highway did you say that was? Look it up on Google Maps right now. Lolo Pass. I know some people think that when you talk in all caps, it's yelling, since Sam's bringing it up, but let's see here. Low pass. See, and with this fancy dancy software, I can show you what he's talking about. This is Highway 12, Lolo Pass, Montana, Idaho. Genuinely not familiar with this pass. Let's see. I need to zoom out here and find out where the hell. Oh, okay, there's Missoula. There's a Corvallis here? I didn't know that. So I'd go up to Missoula and take 12 down. How is that, like downhill the whole way? I'll have to check that out. I told this person that they would know if I'm yelling, whether I use my caps or not. Sam says I've decided to have a party afternoon today. Finally, the main campfire is lighting. I shall burn huge logs, drink coffee, and microdose this Essie. AC? I'm all about microdosing our drugs, you guys. That might be even better than going through Coeur d'Alene, because that pass actually does make me nervous. That's such a big, like a steep grade after Coeur d'Alene. It's like boom, and in the RV going downhill, man. Like if I can avoid that, I will, because it just goes for a while. Ecstasy, whatever that tablet is spelled. No, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm all about microdosing my drugs. Never been there, but I've been to Billing once. See, Sharon, I would ask you about these passes because Sharon drives a semi truck. She's a badass old lady, and she's out there fucking cruising around semi trucks. I'm driving this thing downhill, and I'm nervous as shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've driven big stuff before. It's exhausting. It used to be quite as quiet and sweet until I got older and people. Yeah, I get more jaded maybe as time goes on. Getting to Bend before Salem easy too. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be going through Eastern Oregon. Probably through Ontario and then into Bend. I'm probably not gonna be using 84 though. Probably from Ontario to Burns to Bend. Actually, for you guys, it'd be that way, but Ontario, Burns, Bend. Dude, if you pack these tight enough, they burn for like an hour. You get 2 of these a day, and I'm golden. I'm actually starting to get nervous about leaving, because where I'm at, I'm comfortable. I've got shore power. I'm plugged in. The inverter on the RV isn't really working right now, so I'm going to replace it with the one in the van. I'm not really using the one in the van for anything. It is hooked up, but I'm not using it. So I'm going to pull that off, and I think I'm going to install it where the old inverter in this one is, and get the inverter going, so I'll be able to use it solar again. But yeah, it's not really working. Tammy says I used to ride with a truck driver before I settled down and got married to a not truck driver. Man, that's got to be a tough job though, truck driving. Mainly because like you're gone all the time. It's got to be tough to like have a family. You know what I mean? If you're a truck driver, because you're gone so often, you miss so much. When I was in the military, I was gone quite a bit too, so you miss a lot. And yeah, I know that's tough. So it's definitely got to be tough for those long haulers. If you're home every day, that's cool. But yeah, I'm still so stoked. Emily and Jeffro, those Cashapp and that PayPal, you guys are fucking rad. BS business, bullshit business. I like that name, bro. That's a good name, bro. You need to go to the Philippines. Maybe I will go to the Philippines. That might be in the stars. Right now, I got a dog to consider, 2 dogs to consider. One of them is, George's dog. George just passed away. His dog's really elderly, and I genuinely don't think his dog's gonna last, another year maybe. But then I also got Zag too, and traveling with a dog internationally can be really tough. But I would love to go to Asia, go to the Philippines, go to Thailand, go to Vietnam. But yeah, I am genuinely getting, I was saying earlier, a little bit nervous about leaving here because I'm plugged in. I've got, shore power, pretty cozy here in this little spot, but it's time to go, and I'm not going to be around friends anymore, and I'm going to be out there for the next month, and I might as well make the most of it. But my biggest expenses right now have been food. Food's been killing me, actually. You're never in one place long enough to say that you were there. Went from coast to coast for years and got tired of that kind of life. Oh, you're talking about truck driving. Yeah. Do you mean to practice driving? I have Filipino friends who can't drive. They can't drive there when they go home after living in Australia for years. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to drive over there either. How long do you plan on staying in Salem? I don't have a plan yet. It could be a day. It could be a week. I don't really have a plan yet. I don't know if I'm taking the whole RV or if I'm just going up there for the day to visit family, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. The cost of the cost of living an expat can survive off $1,000 a month. Plus, the women are beautiful. Yeah, Philippines sounds fun. Honestly, what worries me the most about going overseas is how easy is it to get weed, and are they going to chop my head off for it? Critter says, Nemo messaged me yesterday. He's eating all the food he's sending me pictures of, and he's going to need some new clothes. Yeah, I'll bet he is. I'm glad that Nemo's hitting you up, though. Live in Mexico for $1,000 a month, too. Hey, what's up, Dave? Welcome to the live stream, bro. Hey, look what I figured out how to do, Dave. I mean, it looks like ass, but I figured it out. I'll show you. Check this out. I can put the chat in the stream, but nobody can read it. Nobody can see it. But it's there. How cool is that? Dave's still in Reno. I did consider cutting down far south enough to go to Reno and then go up to Bend just to go see Dave. But Dave's going to be going through my neck of the woods here pretty soon anyways. But I think that I'm going to have to linger in Montana or somewhere within, a gas tank's worth of gas in this thing. I figure I'm gonna put $100 in the gas tank. Or the fuel tank. I don't know how much is in it. I don't know if the gauge even works, but if it works, it's got a little bit in it. So I'm gonna have to put like $100 in, I'm guessing, and that's how much gas I have for the rest of the month. Sam says somehow our character arcs kind of mirror each other. I'm in the process of shutting down my static camp and take my station wagon and broken caravan off the land very soon. So many things to do. Yeah, getting one of these things ready to move is it's a lot, and I've got a little bit of more work to do. I've got to drain the water out of the radiator and put in coolant. I got to bleed the brakes, and I've got to do this both tomorrow. And hopefully draining the water out of that won't be hard. Oh, no, I haven't yet, Dave, to answer your question. I guess I just answered your question. Where is Nemo? He's in Europe. He's been staying in contact with me after his last trip when he went missing, and people are calling embassies. Should be able to do 300 miles on $100. Yeah, that's about what I was thinking. But I'm going to stay probably going like 150 miles, I'm guessing, to get to where I'm going. But I'm going to linger right outside of Yellowstone, and maybe I can get enough donations to put gas in the van and drive through Yellowstone, because I'll be so close and I'm going to be just lingering for the rest of the month. So I'm hoping to be camping this summer. Depends upon how much the campgrounds are charging now. Tammy, depending on where you are in the world, there's tons and tons of free camp spots all over the country. So if you're just going to go out camping, you can move around and see quite a bit. But there's a lot more free camping out west than there is out east. Oh yeah, Nemo's in Thailand. That's right. He went to Asia this time instead of Europe. 4th of July is a month. Maybe you'll find some cool fireworks. I don't know. Fireworks are alright. I don't mind fireworks shows. I don't like them when I don't know that the fireworks about to go off. Just random explosions, not a fan of. They make me nervous. Nemo still uses channel. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I don't think I've seen much from him in a while. Thailand is even cheaper and the women are just beautiful. Yeah, again, can I get weed there or will they chop off my hand? Tammy says they had to replace their fridge and their roof recently. That sucks. Yeah, replacing a roof can be pretty expensive. Yeah, maybe I'll go to Asia one of these days. I just won't be able to go, I think, until passes away, which she's probably got a lot of life left in her. Shit, she could live another 10 years, so. Um, yeah, it's. And then now I've got George's dog, Buddy, who is, he's blind and a little bit senile, um, but I'll have him for until he passes, too. Me and my mom goes to Chincoteague. Chincoteague. Okay. Fucking Virginia has the most fucked up names. Chincoteague. Virginia, it's about 3.5 hours away. There's also a city in Virginia called Chuckatuck. Chuckatuck, Virginia, not too far from Virginia Beach. And in Chuckatuck, Virginia, there used to be, probably 20 years ago, might still be there, but there used to be a burger joint there called Fat Boys Burgers. And to this day, I think that might be the best burger I've ever had. Anyone been following the LA riots? Ain't that some shit? It's getting wild up in here. Somebody asked me today if I got called back if I would go, since, I used to be in the military and I'm a combat veteran, and I just started laughing and I was like, fuck no. Absolutely not. I'm done doing violence. Australian age pension is still paid out to them if they move to Asia. So lots of old folks move to Asia and live in the Kings and the Aussie age pension. See, I've thought about doing that on my measly $1,000 a month. Cheers, everyone. What's up, Daryl? My pension's $2,000. Never moved to Thailand. I don't think you can actually move to Thailand, but I think you can go visit Thailand. LA is going crazy again tonight. Okay, so I'm not gonna. I don't usually get too political, but since this has to do with my history in the military, here's what I know about. I'm a little bit confused, and I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but I know that we can't use the federal military as a policing force. That's why we have the National Guard that does things like that. National Guard goes to the border instead of the active duty army going to the border. The National Guard gets deployed for emergencies and to maintain peace, not the active duty army. That's in order to make sure that one president one day doesn't take over the country using the military. You're not allowed to do that unless there's martial law. So how is it that he took a bunch of National Guardsmen, federalized them, which means that now they are, in fact, U.S. Army, not National Guard. They've been federalized, and then he used them as a policing force. And that's the part that's kind of blowing my mind. And he did it without the governor's permission. And as far as I know, that's I don't think it worked like that. Your ECM is located underneath your mattress, right on top. Even those go for 3,000 or more, so be careful. There's a lot of people who would like to pilfer that. Pilfer. Yeah, I don't know if it's illegal because, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but it was my understanding, first of all, the commander-in-chief of the National Guard isn't the president, it's the governor. It's a state military. So the president of any time in history coming in and taking the military of the state and turning them into active duty army, and then he's saying, here's some bullets, go police American citizens, kind of confuses me. That's what there's a law called Posse Comitatus that says that shouldn't be allowed, but he did call for 2,000 guardsmen and 300 showed up, so that was kind of telling to me. We have 2 pits. Our male is 15. That's an old dog, and our female's 13. 2 old dogs. And laugh out loud. You did a great job on pronouncing Chincoteague. Am I saying that right? Chincoteague? It's Chincoteague. It took me a minute. Newsom is pissed. Your VA might transfer. My unemployment payments definitely won't. Yeah, my VA would. My VA, I can collect it overseas, and there's even a VA in Asia somewhere too that expats use. I don't know the specific situation, but back in the anti-terror laws is when military against own citizens was made legal. Well, military against your own citizens, if it's the National Guard, is perfectly legal. The National Guard can be deployed as a policing agency on U.S. soil. The federal military can't be deployed. That's why we don't. So, in most countries, the military secures their borders, right? The military is the one guarding the borders. But in our country, we have a federal agency called Border Patrol that does this. We can't use the military to do this. It's not legal for the military to do it. And it just limits the executive branch, the power of the executive branch. So that way one rogue president doesn't fucking go nuts and take over the country. And it's a good rule. It's a good rule to have. But that's why we have Border Patrol instead of the military doing it. But the National Guard's a state military. They can be deployed in order to be a policing agency, but the federal military can't. Even with anti-terror laws, there's no law that has violated. It's called posse comitatus. You can Google it. It's been a law since the late 1800s, like 1870, I believe. Newsom failed to acting a federal building. You know, it's interesting. There is the police, the FBI. We know that the police, the FBI, county, state, and city, like the LAPD is a huge organization. They can easily take care of this. And then from what I saw, the National Guardsmen were just fucking standing around anyways. So I'm not gonna get into like why, you guys. I'm not gonna get into like the politics of what's going on but what I am saying is using federalizing them, turning them not from National Guardsmen but to U.S. Army, and then using them like they're National Guardsmen is confusing to me. You know, that's really posse comitatus should be paid attention to, and I'm not really too concerned about Trump doing anything like too corrupt or whatever. I'm not too worried about him taking over, but I'm worried about the precedence that it sets for maybe another president down the road to be like, well, Trump did all these things, so I can do even more. You know, like we do have to limit even the presidents that we appreciate. We got to check their power sometimes. He explained defenses to protect against external. Those laws changed everything. Well, no, we've used the federal military on U.S. soil a couple of times. A good example of that is when the federal military had to step in when black people were allowed to go to college and schools. They had to have the actual military step in, the U.S. Army, not National Guard, to step in. And I forget which president did that, but it's been around for a while that the yeah, and I do know what BS business Title 10 is. I'm aware of what Title 10 is. I've been on Title 10 before. So the way Title 10 works for National Guardsmen, though, is the governor is supposed to approve that. They don't just take the military from the state. The governor gives permission to use the state military because the commander-in-chief of the National Guard is the governor of the state. So I've been on Title 10 orders. So basically Obama asked permission to use Oregon's National Guardsmen. And we go from Title 32 to Title 10. Title 32 is state orders. Title 10 is federal orders. But they still need permission from the governor. But I'm not, like I said, a lawyer. You know what I mean? But that's been my understanding for a long time. Yeah, I don't think Trump is going to put it under martial law, though. I think that's a little bit extreme because it's not like they're calling it rioting and whatever, but it's primarily peaceful. There's a couple of pockets of like crazy people throwing rocks or whatever, but it's Definitely not. If the news is telling you it's bad, it's probably not bad. They just need to exaggerate for clicks and for views and stuff, because news doesn't give you accurate information anymore. It's really hard to get accurate information. Even on social media, dude, people are going to where the problems are, so that's what you're mainly seeing. You're not seeing the large groups of people just chilling and protesting peacefully. You're seeing, like, the most extreme cases, and you're seeing them on repeats. And then on social media, you're seeing literal fakes from like protests years ago getting resurfaced and being used like they're going on today. Like, it's hard to even pretend like it's as bad as what they're saying it is, especially when half of the LAPD is also doing a parade. Um, so, the mischief, I think that's a lot of propaganda. You guys, I said I'm not going to get into the politics of why it's happening. That's not what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have opened this can of worms at all. But it's late. Here we are. I was specifically talking about posse comitatus. Using the military as a policing agency, the federal military as a policing agency, is a fucking problem. I think it'll all get worked out in the courts later. Must be legal. Like I said, I'm not a fucking lawyer, but using the military like that blows my goddamn mind. Yeah, no, it's a protest, bro. You can look on social media and see plenty of peaceful protesting. Like, the news is gonna be a lot of fear mongering. Like, anything that the news says, I know that they've basically exaggerated the situation to get people riled up, and that's the only thing that the news does anymore. It's just there to make you angry. Yeah, pelting cop cars with rocks and bottles. Those weren't cop cars; those were feds. But I did see that. I saw that as they drove by. Yeah, Sapphire Yellowstone would be great this time of year. But you know what you don't see on live streams and on the news is all the peaceful protesters, because you don't want to see that, because it doesn't rile you up. And if you did see that, you'd turn the channel to something that did rile you up. So, shoot, I can't afford to go to a high-priced hotel, and some are living in them. Dude, I wish I could live in a high-priced hotel. Every time I stay at a bougie-ass room in Vegas, which I've done that a total of twice, I always think, dude, there's people that actually live in these. They spend the money to stay in these every day for a month, and I can barely afford a night in them. Walter Cronkite. I miss Walter Cronkite, Sapphire says. You know what I miss, you guys? I miss when I knew what was real and what wasn't. Because there's so much misinformation from both sides that you don't even know what's actually fucking happening anymore. And not unless you're eyes on right there. But if they activated 2,000 guardsmen, 300 showed up and they were just standing around, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. Bro, I think that I'm just gonna mute you right now because now you're being a fucking asshole. I've already said I'm not talking about the politics, and now you're talking shit. So, how the fuck do I mute you? Well, I don't have control of it right now, but just know if I could mute you, I would be. Sam says, I started my public YouTube channel, but I can't do live stream until I get 50 subscribers. Then I can do campfire chats lives. You know what, Sam? I think there's software that allow you to go live before you have 50 subscribers. But let me see if I can go to your channel on here. And I'll send you I'll subscribe. Boom, now you have 12, 11. Hell yeah. Keep doing it, man. Just keep doing videos. But if you get Streamlabs, and I think OBS Studios could do this too, I think that it bypasses the live stream requirements and you can do live streams. It posts it like a video going up, but I don't know. Used to be that you had to have 500 subscribers to go live, and most small YouTube channels would use Streamlabs to bypass that. I know Mac did that for a long time. Tammy says, I'm in our home chilling. It's crazy that some motels cost from $150 plus tax to over $300 a night. Nope. Yeah, I miss the days that a hotel motel was like $50, dude. And that was like a decent one. Can't even stay at a Motel 6 anymore for less than $100. Oh, it's my Homeless in Australia 2025 channel. So I'm at the wrong channel. Gotcha. Let's see. At Homeless in Australia 2025. That's a mouthful, bro. Homeless in Australia 2025 channel. I just subscribed. Yeah, Daryl, if you wake up for the breakfast and you gotta make your own fucking waffle. Cheaper to get an Airbnb. Sometimes it is, but some of them Airbnb rules are ridiculous. Some of the rules are like, I don't know, man. Like, you gotta, like, clean up after yourself. You gotta do your own dishes and stuff, and, like, and I get it. Like, they still end up charging you a $200 cleaning fee or a fucking $80 cleaning fee just to have somebody come in and not do the dishes. Like, what in the fuck? Sometimes it's not that cheap. Yeah, what happened to your girlfriend? Tammy asks. Well, her and I broke up. I broke up with her. Did a little bit of a conversation about that afterwards, but yeah, she went back out east, and after I broke up with her, so we're not together anymore. Back in the 80s, motels were $18 in some places. Yeah. Yeah, I remember back in like the 90s, early 2000s even, $20 can get you a lot more than it does today. Back in my day, you could make a long distance phone call with 10-10-220 for just $1. See, I told you these joints take like an hour to burn. I know that everyone feels this way as they get older, but as I'm like hitting 40 and realizing my age, 40's been kind of a weird age to overcome. Also, becoming a grandfather has been weird, but I'm realizing like, okay, I know I'm not old, right? But I'm also realizing like I'm not young anymore. And that's been fucking weird. But I always Like, is it better now than it was back then? Or is it better when things are a little more simple? And I'm not really sure about that. I'm not sure what the answer is because, like, I would like to see a utopian future where nobody is working anymore. We all get to pursue whatever we want, but everything that we need is done through computers and automation, and everything that we want or need, possibly ever want or need, is available to us at no cost. Because everything's done by AI or robots or whatever, right? Like a utopian future where that actually works. Let's just say. Then you're free to pursue whatever creative or whatever you want. You want to become a physicist? Go become a physicist. If you want to become an artist, whatever you want to travel, do it. But where was I going with that? I'm kind of wondering, like, is it better to be like in the 80s and 90s and 2000s before cell phones and stuff? Like before social media really took off? I don't know. Maybe it was. I miss reading the newspaper, to be honest with you. Sam says I'm 42. Apparently now is the answer to everything in the universe. Dude, I'll be 42 in January. Tammy says I'm 59. Will be 60 in March. March. What day in March? My dad's birthday was March 10th. With TV to yes, like 20 a night with breakfast. Yeah, 42 was the answer to everything. Dude, working at a motel is actually the move if they have a breakfast. I've actually been considering what maybe like month-long job I could get while I'm lingering in Montana to make a little bit extra scratch and get on the road. Like a gas station attendant or something. I wonder if any of them would, like most of them would want to hire somebody for a month. Like that costs them money to do turnover. Sapphire says, I'm turning 65 a day, everything confuses me. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna be. Like, I'm not quite confused yet, but I can see how things could become confusing as technology advances. What's been mostly confusing is, like, what to believe from news anymore. You don't even know what the fuck to believe. Dave's 30 with 18 years of experience. Fuck off. You're 105, Dave. The answer is always 42. You're choosing Grok in the AI wars. Is that what you're choosing? I haven't used Grok yet. I do know that Copilot is fucking garbage. I am done with Copilot. Gemini is what Dave's been using. I'm still a true blue Chat GPT fan because you can use the API for other... You can make apps with the API. Tammy says, I was a wild child before I became disabled. Oh, when in January, Sam? When's your birthday? Hell yeah, 2 more subs from Critter Bones. Is there an Amazon hub near here? I doubt it. I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I'm near Butte, Montana, but not in Butte, Montana. I am slowing down too, Tammy. Like, my back is getting like, I'm getting slower. Everything hurts a little more. I feel like waking up just kind of sometimes, it feels like I exercised the day before and I didn't do a goddamn thing. That's what getting older feels like. And you don't know why you feel that bad, but you do. Critter Bones is January. What day in January are you guys born? Hell yeah, Sam. Definitely the live stream. Oh, you're the 2nd of January. Day after New Year's. That's cool. I'm the 21st of January. It only gets better, huh? Reno twin. Did I get my heart meds? Nope. Well, I do have aspirin that I eat every day. I eat low dose aspirin every day. Then I take a bunch of vitamins, fish oil, and whatnot, supplements. Critter Bones the 19th. There are days that I don't want to get out of bed. I think we all have those days, don't we? I think we all have those days where, like, life's just fucking hard. Like, just getting out of bed sometimes is a win, and that's okay. So celebrate that win of just getting out of bed if you need to. I've chosen to utilize drugs today just to make my physical body to be able to walk around outside. I will say, I think that these joints are designed to go out if you stop puffing on them. Because, I gotta keep relighting them like a bowl. You like the new live stream setup? Let's see, what's that say? Michelle? Hi, Michelle. Michelle says, I'm a new subscriber and love the live stream setup. Really been enjoying your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel, Michelle. Most of us have been chatting on here for a while. We all have been knowing each other for quite a while now. But yeah, we're happy to have you. Thanks for coming into the live stream. Are you stateside or are you somewhere else in the world? You know what I don't like about this streaming setup is the camera. That is the worst part. I gotta figure out how to do this from my phone. But I can't figure out how to use the phone as my camera. I do know how to use my DSLR as my camera, but the video quality for whatever reason doesn't look good. And I think it might be the capture card that I'm using was a cheap one off Amazon. You're in Virginia. Oh shit, yeah, there was someone from Virginia in here earlier. But you're from Kentucky. The joint isn't designed to go out here, just taking longer between hits. You know, they designed cigarettes to do that, though. You know, did you know that? Cigarettes used to just burn and burn and burn. But then too many people fucking caught their houses on fire and killed themselves that they had to make them go out on their own. Like, that's like a rule that they made into cigarettes. So now they just go out. Or they're supposed to. Yeah, see? Sam just said Australian tailor-made cigarettes have a design into them. Yeah, it's designed to stop brush fire. Same here. Same in the States. Tailor-made. Not too many people know what that means. But tailor-made cigarettes are like, the ones you buy from the store. Not handmade. You did not roll it. Tailor-made. By a tailor. Even though I think I accidentally lurked in Zig's world for ages, I'm sure I said hello and existed, but also maybe I accidentally was in a different dimension watching. Okay, Sam. Spent the weekend in Virginia Beach for your birthday weekend. Okay, so you were near Virginia Beach. I don't know how far west of Virginia Beach, but west of Virginia Beach, there's a little town called Chuckatuck, Virginia. We were just talking about this earlier. I don't know if you were in the live stream, but Chuckatuck, Virginia's got the strangest fucking names. There's somebody else in here from Chocatague. What was that place called? I don't know. I bet you I didn't spell it, or I didn't say it right anyways. Oh, I bet that's so loud, me setting that down on the table. I can see, like, the volume going red. That's probably very loud. That may be better, but now I'm quieter. I like Virginia Beach. You know what else I can do with this stream? Or with this new software? Check this out. That's in case I need to, like, pick my nose or fart loudly. Chuckatuck, that's a great name. I want to be from there. Me too. But if you ever get a chance to check out Chuckatuck, Virginia, there used to be a burger joint there. Used to be a burger joint there called Fat Boys Burgers, and they were fucking good. Tammy says I put a pretty big bud in my bowl, and it lasts me all day and night. I fill it up every morning. Dude, that would not last me all day and night. It's only you smoking the bowl and your husband. I might smoke like 2, maybe 3 joints a day. On a stressful day, maybe 4. But most of the time, like 2 or 3 joints. Sam says, I know a guy named Tuck. That'd be funny if I sent him there. He's half giant, so no one can chuck him. Chuck a Tuck. You should at least send him driving directions to Chuckatuck. Ogallala or Oshkosh, Nebraska always sounded weird to me. Funny you would say Oshkosh. That's what this chassis in this RV is, an Oshkosh. Oshkosh. That is fun to say. That's cool. Just keep the volume off if you got a fart. Yeah, I got you. Dude, if you rewind to the beginning of the live stream, you'll see me like talking, not knowing that the microphone wasn't even on the system. I didn't even have it added to the live stream. Like, I have to add everything. I have to add, like, this picture right here. I have to, like, download it onto my computer and then add it to the live stream. And it's one of the sources. And I also have to add the microphone. And I didn't do the, add the microphone part. And no one could hear a damn thing I was saying. So if you start this live stream over, that totally happened. I smoke 3 to 4 bowls and a couple of joints daily. That's what's up, critter. See, I usually like smoke 2 joints in the morning, and then I'll smoke 2 joints at night, and then I'll smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more. Yeah, any restaurant named Fat Boys Burgers is worth trying. I agree with that. Daryl said a good place I had Famous Dave's Barbecue, but not Parker's. We goes to Tom's Cove in Chincoteague. 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 I know I'm saying that wrong. We have 2 towns named Watch'em, and next door is Ketchum. Dad used to joke the police named the towns, don't speed and watch 'em, 'cause they watchin'. And don't speed and catch 'em, 'cause they're catchin'. Dude, I'm like, there's something wrong with my damn neck. I'm getting old. I feel like I'm gonna break it every time I move it wrong. I don't know if I've ever eaten at Famous Dave's. Yeah, I'm not burning another one. I've still got this one. The same damn one. After this, I'm crashing anyways. I'll be going to bed. It's late. I'm tired. And I gotta do all the last minute stuff to get ready for the next maiden voyage of the RV, of the SS Sisson, under new management with a new name, but still honoring the last owner. You guys want to see what I've been working on? Let me show you. First, okay, so if you and I were camping next to each other, right? And you needed internet, so you hopped onto my Wi-Fi network, my Wi-Fi router, my hotspot, and you wanted, let's say you wanted to watch some Netflix, but you didn't have a Netflix account. Well, you would go to zigflix.nomad in your browser, and it would take you maybe it won't. Yep, there it goes. It would take you to my Zigflix. This is all of my movies and TV shows that basically built my own curated movies and TV shows that I run on a server that you can access through a browser, but only on the local network. So if we were camping next to each other, you could go through these on your devices in your camp spot in your RV or your whatever, your computer, and then watch any of these movies over in your camp spot while I'm hanging out in mine, using my router as the medium. And it's taken me a lot of hours building all these movies and TV shows and finding them and adding them to my hard drive. But anywhere I go, even if I don't have internet, I have this, which is my own Netflix. Instead of spending a bunch of money on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, or whatever, I just get my own curated. And, like some of these come from Disney, and some of them come from Netflix, and some of them come from Hulu, and even Apple TV, and all in one location, all right here on my own server. I've spent a lot of hours curating this and building it. Anyways, I like this software a little bit. I can show you the stuff that I've been messing with. We have a burger restaurant here. It's called Stray Dogs. They only serve Black Angus and Buffalo burgers. They are fire and not bad priced. Have I seen Handmaid's Tale? No, but everyone keeps talking about that one, and I do actually. I'll show you. I have it. I have it on my server. Handmaids. I have it on my server, but I haven't actually watched it yet. Everyone keeps talking about it. Season 1, episode 1 is the first. Yep, I haven't even watched it, but I do have it. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to dedicate some time into it because I've been so distracted watching something and getting into it might be a bit difficult for me. I've been watching some documentaries because they're bam, over. And also, House is always my go-to to fall asleep with. But yeah, The Jinx is a documentary. If you guys ever get a chance to watch this one, this is the most ridiculous movie I think I've ever seen in my entire life. If you ever wanted to see what Hugh Jackman looked like with balls as his chin, literally balls on his chin, yeah, watch this movie. But don't say I didn't warn you. It's the strangest shit I think I've ever seen in my life. I actually saw that movie in theaters. But should I watch Handmaid's Tale? It's addictive. I watched the first several seasons at once. Couldn't turn it off. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to. It's one of those things I'd like to dedicate time to. I think, like where I have like maybe 2 or 3 days where I'm not doing anything, and just gonna like veg out. Day I'm pulling out of here and hitting the road, and hopefully finding somewhere with a dumpster because I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff to get rid of. But I figure maybe I could post up outside of Yellowstone and just hang out until I get paid again. Basically, we can hang out and do live streams. I'll probably end up doing more live streams with you guys just because I don't have anyone to hang out with. Right here, I've been a little busy, but I'll be out in the middle of nowhere by myself in a new RV and close to Yellowstone. So there might be a day that I could take you through on a drive through Yellowstone in the van, and I can live stream it through the wind, like, cause I got a mount for that. So maybe we could catch some cool shit in the morning, like take an early morning drive. Black Mirror on Netflix is an amazing psychological thriller type show. It's a must watch too. I definitely am into some Black Mirror. I've seen them all. In fact, have you ever seen the Black Mirror movie, Bandersnatch? That's a good one. Bandersnatch, in fact, is the only movie that I can't put on my server because this is a choose-your-own-adventure movie. You can only watch it on Netflix and using the Netflix interface. Because as the movie is progressing, there's like 2 options that pop up on the screen, and you pick what the character does next. And there's a whole bunch of endings to this movie, and you get to choose those endings as you watch and kind of decide what this character does. But that's the Black Mirror movie. But here's the show. I've definitely got that one. Pretty sure I have every episode of it. All 7 seasons. This is kind of like the Twilight Zone. Every episode's a different character. But primarily about technology run amok. They usually like hyper focus on one aspect of our of technology and show you what it would be like if that one thing ran amok. Basically, that's kind of what Black Mirror is about, and they go to the very far extremes of what these technologies might be if they run amok. Definitely like a Twilight Zone-esque show, but the movie is fucking cool. It's a choose-your-own-adventure movie. And the movie is about a kid making a video game that's a choose-your-own-adventure video game. And the choose-your-own-adventure video game is modeled after a choose-your-own-adventure book. That's what Bandersnatch is about. Oh, man. But if anyone has any suggestions for TV shows, I've been kind of wondering what to download and watch next. Handmaid's Tale will be on there, but I like all kinds of stuff. I'll take any suggestions. Or movies. Dude, I've got a big ass pile of roaches that are kind of long. Critter says I like Black Mirror. Me too. I think that's a good one. I've been watching. If you like Black Mirror, you might also like Love, Death, Robots. That's a good one too. Oh, do I not have Love, Death, Robots? Oh, I was in the wrong spot. Maybe I don't. How do I not have this show? Well, Love, Death, Robots. That'd definitely be one. Oh, Happy Gilmore 2. They're doing that. They're actually doing it. I wonder if that's gonna be as good as the. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes when they go back to successes, it doesn't work. Like, for example, Boondock Saints. Great movie. Excellent movie. One of my favorites, right? the casting was spot on, the acting was spot on, the cinematography was pretty awesome. Made you laugh, made you cry. Maybe not cry, but definitely made you laugh. And then Boondock Saints 2, absolute garbage. They just tried to like copy the first movie and the successes from the first movie, and it just didn't work. So hopefully they don't ruin Happy Gilmore like that. They don't do them like that. Same thing with what the shit is the name of that movie? Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko, great movie. Great movie. S Darko, trash movie. Shouldn't have done it. Preacher TV show, if you haven't seen it yet, that's good. I haven't seen that yet. Maybe I can add that to my... Here's how I add things to my server. Is it this software? No. It's this one. So you said Preacher. Oh, wait. Some of my system isn't up. Oh, that's okay. There it is. My internet's kind of slow right now because I'm streaming. Is this the one you're talking about, or is this the one? Oh, wait, that's the Predator. It's probably this one. 4 Seasons. Vampire. Jack and Jill was good with Adam Sandler. I don't think I like that movie very much. I mean, honestly, I do remember Family Guy roasting that movie though. Critter Bone says yesterday was Carol and mine's 6-year wedding anniversary. It was a great day for us. We sat back and lounged all day and exchanged gifts and appreciations for one another. That's really awesome. 6 years. That's really great, you guys. Congratulations. Let's see. So you guys got married on June 7th. Was that just a random day? Or did it mean something too? See, I got married on 4th of July. But my dad also got married on 4th of July, and my grandfather got married on 4th of July. Happy Gilmore 2 is supposed to be out soon. We could check out Happy Gilmore 2 on Radar. See, and that's another thing. If you know a movie's coming out with this system I have set up, bleep bloop, you can put movies in here that haven't came out yet, like Happy Gilmore 2. And whenever it comes out, it'll automatically add the movie to the server. Happy Gilmore 2, 2025. Revisit Happy Gilmore's golf career. Are you revisiting it? Are they doing it again? In the Tour Championship. Status not available because it hasn't came out yet. No files to manage, but it can tell you some information about the cast, crew, make sure it's the right movie. But whenever it comes out, it'll automatically send it over here to my Jellyfin server. And, I mean, not everything, there's a little bit more to it. Not everything that happens in the background is, let's say, legal, but they're not really after me. They're mostly after the people who would do it, who put the movies out there, not the ones who collect them like I do, but the people who are making them available to people like me. That's who they're after. Alright, Preacher's automatically added onto there, so maybe that's what I'll let it download overnight. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed now. Maybe make a midnight snack of some kind. I don't know what that'll be yet. I think I'm out of crackers. Anyways, thanks for the midnight smoke sesh, you guys. I've never done a live stream this late before. But y'all stay safe out there wherever you're at. Thanks for being here on the live stream. How many people are even here? I haven't looked at it in a minute. How many people hung out with me tonight? Let's see. Let's take a look, see? 13. Oh, okay. That's cool. Don't forget to smash the like button while you're in here hanging out before you leave. Oh, there's a whole bunch more comments I missed. You remember Napster. Napster was OG, bro. We're way beyond Napster now. Vampire and angry looking dude. Yep, it's cool, well made. It was a comic book that Seth Rogen and his friends were producers, but they had nothing to do with the show. It's not a Seth vibe. Yeah, I know they're also like nerds too. Well, maybe you guys couldn't take a ride on the bike because it was raining. You wanted a summer day, but you can always take that bike ride on the next summer day. That sounds like a lot of fun. Good night, peeps. I'll be up for a little bit longer. Good night, Tammy. Daryl says we smoked. Darren's here too. Hey, what's up, Darren? Good to see you. Good to not see you, but glad you're here. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. You guys are a good group. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here, road dogs. As always, miles of smiles.